football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Gets past one man, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd down, it's Cook looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Taking it right down Broadway. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Carr.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run with a big back. A.J. Dillon stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Dillon now off the option. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Pollard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And that will make our score 9-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Though he's seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter, here's another good example.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw his Carr. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
They'll run here with Dillon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Going deep here for Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more... And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, he's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On play action, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Mahomes. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes, right side. The 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard.
Touchdown! It's complete. Herb Smith Jr., his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And connecting here with DJ Shark. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And Shark calls it in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now a give here to Pollard. He's going to be marked out very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Dillon.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And he comes back with 1 complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
No problem there on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Carr going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Carr.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Carr. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that lead is back down to 9 now.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Dillon now off the option. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tony Pollard there to make the grab. And the Ravens are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Davante Adams. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long second high tap after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Mahomes now to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On play action. Now Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Carr now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Claypool with another catch. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now Carr again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw here is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Carr. Going deep here for Allen. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, Tremont Smith. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw it here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Looking deep for Adams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And he'll be set up a good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong.